Well, hello. It is a beautiful April 2nd. There is no more fun to be had because April Fool's Day is over. And we are live here at the mecca of music and, well, vinyl. And it is Rock the Sound Records. We are in beautiful Gilbert, Arizona, a suburb of Phoenix. If you're here in town for anything, starting to warm up a little bit here in Phoenix, but kind of a nice day again today. A little windy, but highs in the upper 60s. Hopefully it's warming up where you are if you want it to warm up. Sometimes you miss the snow by the time you get to April, but baseball season is underway, and here we go. We do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night right here on Facebook and on YouTube. And then, we always have a crate of new vinyl. This is the new vinyl crate right here. It is first come, first serve. Wah, 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 wee, wah. And then we have our So Choice crate, which is, we like to think, kind of stuff that is a little bit unconventional and maybe harder to find. And that is, if more than one person's interested in it, we can go into a live auction scenario. And you can bid if you want. You don't have to bid. You do what you want. It's all right. Anyways. And then we have our Encore crate. And tonight, actually, we're just doing an exclusive $5 crate of Encore stuff. So you get a chance to load up on some potentially decent, pretty nice $5 records at a deal. So there you go. That's kind of how it goes. I am feeling all nimble-pimble today, to quote one of my favorite comedies from, I guess, probably that was like 2001. It was Super Troopers. Amanda, have you ever seen the movie Super Troopers?
I have the first one, not the
The second one's not that good. The first one's really good.
Yeah, it was funny.
Feeling all nimble-pimbly, and so if I started doing the meow thing with you'd probably get that reference. Meow. Anyway, so, but yeah, a fun, and Farva, and yeah, but I'm kind of all goofed. I'm all hepped up on goofballs. Actually, I'm hepped up on a liter of cola. I think that's probably what got to me today. So there you go. I think that's kind of covers it. So I will see if I can get the chat to show up for me, and it is showing up. There it is. I'm gonna say hello to everybody really quick, and then we'll get the party started. We're running tight shows the next couple of weeks because all of our record store day stuff is been arriving, and then obviously that comes up on April 14th. I just did an unboxing video, me in the video, God forbid, help us all. And the Post Malones were in there, the tribute to Nirvana. Those look super cool. Both Casey and Amanda were oohing and eyeing that record. I'll post that video tonight to our socials, and you get a chance to see some of that stuff, and then we'll continue doing unboxings of all those records. So but yeah, anyways, I'm going to quickly say hello. Anna, who I haven't seen in a while. Hey Anna, good to see you. James hanging out with us, good to see you. James, Andrew, very nice. Tom, all right. Ed, boom boom boom. Rich, Katie, very nice. Santiago and Mark White, good to see you. Mark White. Well, in Santiago as well. Everybody, I'm happy to see you, of course. So there you go. Manuel, Richard, Susan, or Susie Vaughn. Sorry, I said Susan, but Susie, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Tim, as well. Paul, Jorge, Herver, Michael. Indeed, let's rock, and Jorge. So we're keeping it real, up in the feel. All right, so let's get the party started. Like I said. This week, next week, we're probably going to be doing kind of like really tight shows because we've got a lot of work to take care of in the back, and it starts with unboxing all of those record store day titles. And like I said, the Post Malone tribute to Nirvana was in there. Looking forward to that. There was some Charlie Browns in there. There was some Rage Against the Machine in there. And some Peter Gabriel. If our friend Denise is hanging out with us, I know that she is a big fan of Peter Gabriel. So there you go. First record tonight comes from the So Choice crate. This is the Home Alone soundtrack. It is still sealed. Magically, it is magically delicious, and it is still sealed. It's $39. It was a copy that's been in someone else's home, so that's why we're calling it a used copy, though it's still sealed. Has the original hype sticker on it, and it is on red, and I guess kind of, what is that? Is that gold? I'm guessing that's kind of a goldish or yellow vinyl. So it is a 2 LP. It is the John Williams theme. Everything came together for that movie. Chris Columbus, who ended up directing it for John Hughes, who wrote it, asked, John Williams if he'd do the score, and He's like, sure, I'll do the score. So you're getting the Star Wars guy, the Indiana Jones guy. So many great soundtracks. Did the Home Alone soundtrack, and that soundtrack is memorable, to say the least. All right, cool.
We got some newcomers in the show. If you want to explain.
Cool. Yeah. So if you want to create an account and if you want to bid on anything or claim anything at the show, all you have to do is hit the website, which is rockthistownrecords.com, and then create the little just click on the little icon for the person on the top of the screen. Enter in your email. It'll send you a password. Log into the site with that password, and then boom, first name, last name, and then shipping address, and you're all set to go. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. And then let us know in the chat if you're all signed up. And but yeah, we love making new friends. That's the fun part of vinyl, man. You know, making new friends. We've made a lot of friends here locally in the store, and made a lot of new friends online. So that's fantastic. So cool.
Malcolm, do you know, are we able to get another of the Duran, the Madisons?
I can see if we can get one for you, Ed. I'll do a search on that tonight. So cool. And there you go, Denise. Hey, how you doing? Gregory as well. How you doing? All right, what else is in here? I have a Give Me Back My Bullets by Skinnerd. All right, Skinnerd. This is a VG Plus copy on this one. It is $19. This is a record I don't really see that much. Give Me Back My Bullets is on here. What else is on here? Maybe that's why I don't see it that much. Maybe it wasn't the most popular Skinnerd record, but still, it's Skinnerd. So there you go, $19 a VG Plus copy if anybody's interested in that. Angela has been waiting patiently for the Saigon Kick. So this is a copy specifically for Angela. So we'll set that aside for Angela. If anybody else is looking for a copy, let us know on that one. Also, Robbie was looking for a copy. Robbie Summerlin was looking for a copy of Empire from Queensryche. So we got one in for Robbie. We're going to put that aside for our friend Robbie. And then last but not least, Alicia was looking for a copy of Def Leppard's On Through the Night. Very nice. All three of those records, great records. So I'm going to put that aside for Alicia. So there you go. All right. As far as new vinyl, this is 3 Days Grace. It is $26.99, and it is is this 1X? Yeah, this is 1X from the band, who is back on tour with the original singer. Yes, Casey?
What?
Is the original singer now in 3 Days Grace? Okay, cool. There you go. Very nice. All right. Very cool. All right. Home Alone's $39 if anybody's interested. I realize it's not the holiday season, but we got it in. I figured I'd offer it up. And then Give Me Back My Bullets by Skinnerd is $19, a VG Plus copy, an OG copy of that one.
And can you repeat the info on the Home Alone?
Sure. The Home Alone is, let's see, it's a 2 LP. It's the soundtrack from John Williams. So it's the good stuff, like when Harv and, what's the other guy's name? Harv and, can't remember the Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern's names in they're the Wet Bandits, obviously. Goes a lot saying. But when they're sneaking around the house, and there's a lot of musical cues in that, and it's really good. So it's a 2 LP. It's a gatefold. It is Home Alone from the great John Williams. There you go. System of a Down back in stock. This record continues to be probably our best-selling album in the history of the record store. There you go. Other than, say, special releases or record store day releases. But as what they would call a catalog record, what I would call an evergreen title, System of a Down, Toxicity, that is $26.99 if you're looking for anything like that. Cool.
Evan has our info.
Oh, Harv and Marv. Very nice. Yes, Harv and Marv. Okay, cool. That's right. Very nice. Thank you. This is Dangerous Toys. This is $33.99, and it's on green vinyl. This is Pissed by Dangerous Toys. It is a gatefold. I'm unfamiliar with this record, but it is, I think when did this come out? 94. So I think this might have been the second. Is it the second or the third record? Part of me thinks when I was doing my due diligence that it was probably the third record from Dangerous Toys. But a band that I think is underrated, and I enjoy them. And like I said, it's on green vinyl. That's the hype sticker there. That's $33.99 if anybody's interested in that one. I'm gonna, if I haven't done a last call on Skinnerd and Home Alone, I'm gonna do a last call on those two bad boys. Cool. And we'll keep going with one more new vinyl. This is $32.99. This is Temple of the Dog. Indeed, I'm Going Hungry is on here, which is, what's the song? Let's see. Oh, Hunger Strike. Yeah, that's what it's called. Obviously, this is a combination of many bands from Seattle, including Eddie Vedder and from Pearl Jam, and then Chris Cornell. Rest in peace, Buddy Boy from Soundgarden. So there you go on that. I'm going to put the Skinner to the side. I'm going to put the Home Alone to the side. Thank you, Kevin, for participating.
Manuel was first on the temple.
All right. Manuel was first on the temple, the dog. Andrew, I'll see if I can get another copy for you if that's cool. And then what else do I got in here? Let me see. I got Marvin Gaye, baby. This is $19. It is every great Motown hit of Marvin Gaye, a VG++ copy. Let's see. Heard it through the grapevine. Okay. Better be on there, right? Let's see. Too busy thinking about my baby. That's the way love is. Mercy, mercy me. So yeah, all the good stuff from Marvin. And that is 19 if anybody's interested in that one. I also have a, where's that one record I was looking for? Oh, there it is. So let's grab this one, actually. This is a 1981 pressing of Black Sabbath, The Mob Rules, baby. I do enjoy this record. I know it's a sacrilege, but I kind of like Ronnie James Dio's stuff, maybe just a little more. I'm sorry I said that aloud. Than Ozzy stuff. All due respect to Ozzy, because it is great stuff. But the Mob Rules and the Heaven and Hell, which we actually have a copy of Heaven and Hell. Anyways, this is VG Plus 1981 US press. It's $39 if anybody's interested. The cover, it looks like there was a price sticker here at one point that most of it got peeled off, but there's a little remnant there. So yeah, this was the year of release for the record. Actually, it looks pretty good. Other than that, I mean, the cover isn't perfect, but it's pretty damn good, I'd say. So 1981, $39. That is Black Sabbath. If you listen to Fools, The Mob Rules. So there you go. More new vinyl. This is the Pumpkins. Comes out not this Friday, but the following Friday. And Megan, if Megan's hanging out with us, we did see your message and we did set aside a copy for you of that one. This is on Red Smoke vinyl, a one and done pressing. The original cover back in the scheme of things, that is $44.99. And then Prince, that is what is that? The second album from Prince, $23.99. I Want to Be Your Lover's on there. And yeah, not too shabby. All right. I'm gonna do a last call on the Marvin. There you go, for 19 if anybody's interested in that one. And then the Mob Rules is $39, 1981 US press of the Black Sabbath record with the title track on it. Mob Rules, of course. So there you go. And Greg says he's with me. Dio Sabbath is my favorite Sabbath. I concur on that one. Cool. This is more Soundgarden. This is $32.99. This is louder than what is it? Not Louder Than Bombs, Louder Than Love. I was thinking of the is that the Smiths? I think that's the Smiths. Louder Than Bombs. This is Louder Than Love. It is Soundgarden. $32.99 on that bad boy. What's the big song on here? I don't really. Big Dome Sex is on here. I know some of the songs here, but not entirely sure on all of them. I'm going to move Marvin Gaye to the side. There you go. Marvin, sorry about that. Not looking so good for you tonight, but hey, you got to try, right? Sometimes you just got to try. Let's do another soundtrack. This is Home Alone, no dice, but in the summer of '85, baby, The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News was all over the radio. I remember that well. It was like one of those great summer songs in '85 and '86. It was Why Can't This Be Love? In '88, it was Pour Some Sugar on Me. In '87, I'm going to say Still the Night by Whitesnake. But anyways, this is the Back to the Future soundtrack. It's a VG++ copy. It is $29. The jacket's got, a little wear on the spine. And, there's a little bit of a tiny crease down here in the lower left-hand corner. A little ring wear, but not too bad. So that's $29. And that is the Back to the Future soundtrack. Obviously, Huey Lewis and the News is on here twice with Back in Time. And then there's some other artists, but Huey is obviously the big artist on that record.
Andrew's in on the Back to the Future.
All right, Andrew's in on the Back to the Future. So Andrew has that for $29. Very nice. And next we have the Lumineers. This has got Ho Hey on it. and it is $32.99. If you're a Lumineers fan, you remember that song. It was kind of a big hit. I'm not going to sing it for you. I'll spare you. Pink Floyd Animals, that is the remastered Animals. It is $31.99. Really nice packaging on this. Some really, Pink Floyd did a really nice job because this isn't cheap cardboard. I'm not going to point any fingers at anybody, but some artists, they do kind of the cheap cardboard. When it comes to the sleeves and stuff, Pink Floyd, they do it up nice. So I appreciate that about the guys there. So cool. Andrew has the Back to the Future soundtrack for $29. Alicia's also potentially interested in that one. Mob Rules. I'm going to do a last call on that, an OG81. I don't, for some reason, though, I can tell you, I'll be honest with you, the Ronnie James Dio Black Sabbath stuff, we have a harder time selling that in the store. I don't know why, but maybe there's just a small minority of people that prefer, like Gregory and I, prefer the Dio stuff, as where the Ozzy stuff, boom, lights out, man. We sell the shit out of it.
Nice. We're an option for Back to the Future.
All right, Alicia's in at 31 on the Back to the Future. One more new vinyl. This is Great White. This is Twice Shy. This is on, what's the color on this? Blue vinyl. It was supposed to be red. They changed it to blue at the last minute. It is $36.99 if you're interested in that one. Let's see what's... Oh, House of Broken Love's on there. Mr. Bone is on there. And it's impossible to read this. Oh, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. So there you go. Of course, the cover from, I think that's Mata Hoople that did that one. So there you go. Cool.
Andrew is out on the Back to the Future and Paul is in.
All right, Andrew's out and Paul is in on the Back to the Future at 33. Thank you. Mob Rules going to the side. I guess we do not listen to Fools because the mob does not rule. At least tonight it does not. So what's on this record? You got the Mob Rules. You got Voodoo, Falling Off the Edge of the World, Over and Over, E5150. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's E5I50. I'm not sure. Sign of the Southern Cross. Anyways, that's 39 if anybody's interested in a little Black Sabbath right there.
Hector's going to grab the Great White.
Hector's going to grab the Great White, and Randy, no, unfortunately, we don't have any Dylan tonight. So maybe we can try to pull some for tomorrow night on the Dylan. So cool. But thanks for asking. Appreciate it. Did the Dylan last night. There you go. Cool. Back to the Future's at 35 right now with Alicia. I'm going to grab another record out of here, and it will be the band Accept. You remember Udo Dirk Schneider, don't you? Oh, yes, you love Udo Dirk Schneider. This is $14. It is a VG Plus copy on the record. This is Accept, Restless, and Wild. And is this live? I'm trying to figure out if this is live. It looks like a live record. I know Wolf Hoffman is still in the band. Obviously, Udo is doing his own thing. Let's see what's on the track list on this thing. The track list is incredibly hard to read because it's in cursive. I do not see balls to the walls, but if anybody knows, is this a live? It looks like a live record to me. Anyways, that's $14, and that is Accept, Restless and Wild.
Paul's out on Back to the Future.
All right, Paul's out on Back to the Future. Thanks, Paul. Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Alicia is at 35. I'm going to do a last call on that, on the Back to the Future. The rest, the Accept record is on black vinyl because so. I would have had a note on the sleeve that we put it in if it wasn't. So it's on black vinyl, Gregory. So there you go. Cool. Yeah, we are getting the new Sting record for Record Store Day. Yes, we are on that one. So cool. All right, more new vinyl. This is Winger Pull. All right, $31.99 on Apple Red vinyl, and Down Incognito is on this record. I think this is a really underrated record. I know a lot of people give Winger kind of a lot of crap, but I think this is a really good record. And Down Incognito is definitely one of my favorite songs. Well, it's probably my favorite Winger song, all due respect to some of the classics there. So
Gregory's in on Accept.
All right, Gregory is in on Accept, so Gregory has that for 14. Guns N' Roses. No, we have some probably coming up next week. Teddy, thanks for hanging out. And hey, how you doing? We have OGs of, well, we have new copies of Guns N' Roses in the store,
Yeah.
but but we have OGs of Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 coming up next week from 1991. And actually, we have a 2012 pressing of Use Your Illusion that we had last night. That's still in the store, actually. This is this is going to go to our friend Alicia for 35. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out and being cool, man. And yes, I am still feeling nimble pimble. Oh, nimble pimble. There you go. All right, what else do I got in here? I have, another Grateful Dead record. I'm finishing out the Grateful Dead stuff. You have not been marked safe from the Grateful Dead, in case you were wondering, but this is a great album from the Dead. This is Terrapin Station. It is in excellent condition. It is a recent reissue, and it is $19 if anybody's interested in that bad boy. Gregory is at 14 on the Accept record, and Pat wants the Soundgarden. Cool, Pat. We are seeing your comments tonight, so that's always a good thing. Sorry if there were some issues with YouTube last night. Unfortunately, we can't control that stuff, but I'm glad it's working tonight. So Pat is going to grab the Soundgarden. Thank you, sir.
Is the GNR tonight?
Yeah, we do have GNR. We do have the Guns N' Roses coming up. Yeah, so there's a Guns N' Roses U.S. press of the uncensored cover coming up in just probably, I don't know, let's do it like in 10 minutes. So there you go. Hold it to me. Hold me to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Not hold it to me. That sounds weird. All right. I did the Winger. Oh, Motorhead. It's the Ace of Spades. Is this the, this is the recent reissue. It is $31.99, 50 years of Motorhead. And this is Half Speed Master. And it is pressed on blue and white vinyl to kind of match the background there with Lemmy and the rest of the guys in Motorhead. And obviously Ace of Spades is on there. Can't go wrong with that one. So there you go. Cool. Deftones is $28.99. That is Adrenaline from Deftones if you're looking for a copy of little Deftones. And then one more record. I'm going to sell the Accept to our friend Gregory, who has that for $14. It's a VG Plus copy of Accept, Restless, and Wild. That is Luke Combs with performances by Leon Bridges on it as well. It is $30, $30.99. This one's for you too. There you go. Let's see. When Audrey was working in the store, she was a big fan of Luke Combs, and I'm trying to remember if there's anything on this particular record that I know from Luke. But I haven't investigated the whole Luke Combs catalog. But in the end, it's still Luke Combs.
He knows the hits.
Oh, what's the hits off that one then?
One number away.
One number away. Casey says is a hit.
Crazy.
Beer Can's a hit.
Away with you.
I Got Away with You. Hurricane, Beautiful Crazy. So
Never Met You.
there you go. Yeah. So it's the double release on this one. So
album.
there you go. So if you're into Luke Combs or into any country, then Casey says, boom, sign me up. And there you go. All right. Hey, Jackie, we'll check on that for you. And thanks for letting us know on that one. Cool. Accept is going to go to our friend Gregory. All right, Gregory. Party down. You in the truck tonight? That is, we have two regulars, I guess you'd call them. Jeff Lloyd, who's a local, who occasionally will drop in when he's sitting in the car waiting for his young daughters to finish their well, I don't know, maybe ballet or School of Rock. I don't know what they're doing. I forget anyway. So, and then Gregory. So very cool. Speaking of Gregory, Gregory, you and I were talking about, if I had to, it'd be Elvis. And and speaking of that, it would. What are you talking about? That's weird, Amanda. That's so weird. But anyways, and obviously Val Kilmer passed away yesterday, unfortunately. And he was Elvis in True Romance, a movie written by Quentin Tarantino that both Gregory and I love. So rest in peace, Val Kilmer. I loved Val Kilmer, and obviously he had a very, very, very short scene in True Romance. I'm going to put this text to the side, actually. Thank you very much for participating.
Did we have another Soundgarden in there? I know we got the one for Pat, but do we have another one?
Do we have another one? Let's see. I don't know. Maybe we did. I thought we only had one. Okay. So yeah, we did. Pat, you did. We did get the Soundgarden for you. So Pat, you're all good on the Soundgarden. So there you go. But anyways, I actually really liked Heat. I thought Val Kilmer kind of outshined in some ways De Niro and Pacino in Heat, and I also love that. I also loved Tom Sizemore in that movie. And it's funny because I read that those two guys couldn't stand each other, Val Kilmer and Tom Sizemore. So it's funny that they're actually so good in Heat. And then Val Kilmer, there's probably some other stuff I'm forgetting. Obviously, Iceman, only on the screen 10 minutes in Top Gun, and still, makes that much of an impact. And then finally, in Top Gun Maverick, where Tom Cruise brought him back, which was a fitting nod to a fantastic actor. So there you go. Val Kilmer, rest in peace. This is a 1988 U.S. press. It is a VG++ copy. Jen and I actually played this at home because I wanted to hear the whole record. It's actually really good. So it's $39 out where the river flows. Anyway, so there you go. That is Beds Are Burning by the great, and it is a gatefold. And like I said, 1988 U.S. press, $39 if anybody's interested in that bad boy.
And then Hector has a copy already.
All right, so the Great White is still available. Hector did have a copy, it turns out, so that's cool, Hector. Angel Song, House of Broken Love, Once Bitten, Twice Shy, Mr. Bone on there, and that just got reissued last year. So cool. Yeah, Evan, Heat was a really great movie. That was fantastic. I know a lot of people have said Top Secret's fun, but I've never seen it. And then there you go, Wonderland. I've never seen that either. So there you go, cool.
Malcolm, did you have the piece of paper that was with the midnight oil that said some info on it?
I did not.
Okay. I left it in the back. I didn't see you pull that.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Jen and I did play this at the house, so there you go. But there might be a little more information on that one. So the John, the Grateful Dead was a recent reissue of Terrapin Station. It is $19 on that one. All right, let's see. Midnight Oil visual. So Jen, when sometimes I take records home because we just want to hear them, decide if we want to pick them up. Jen made some notes on this. Let's see. Visual shows some groove wear and edge scuffs. The record sounds really good on our play test. Not perfectly quiet, but I would consider it. Wouldn't consider it noisy either. So there you go. So, all right, cool. Thank you.
And then John is going to pick up the Grateful Dead.
All right, John is going to grab the Grateful Dead. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. So there you go. But yeah, I remember Jen playing it in the house. And I enjoyed that record, actually. I think this is much better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be Beds Are Burning, but these guys are good. So there you go. Anyways, I digress on that bad boy. After Midnight Oil, I got the Guns N' Roses. There it is right there. That'll be coming up. In the meantime, let's do a little Dio. Well, let's see how Dio does. This is a 1983 Japanese pressing of Dio's, that's Holy Diver, isn't it? Yeah, it's Holy Diver. It is $129. It is a VG++ copy, 1983 Japanese pressing. Has the obi intact. The cover looks really nice. If I had to nitpick, I could maybe nitpick just the most minor stuff. The back cover looks great. It has the Japanese insert. Like I said, VG++ on that one. That is $129. If anybody's interested in the Japanese press of Dio's Holy Diver, with obviously Rainbow in the Dark on it and Holy Diver. So there you go. Not too shabby.
Gregory's in on the deal.
All right, Gregory is in on the deal. Thank you, Gregory. And let me grab some more new vinyl. This is the Pet Shop Boys. Actually, you can pre-order. We don't have it up on the site. Well, we don't have it in the show tonight, but the Pet Shop Boys are doing a discography of their greatest hits on blue vinyl. However, and that's available for pre-order on the website there on the mighty rockthistownrecords.com. This is the remaster of Please, and that is $28.99 by the Pet Shop Boys. So there you go. Cool. I'm going to do a last call on the Midnight Oil. That is a VG++ on an audio grade that Jen and I played on our own system. It is a 1988 US press. It's $39 on that one. And Gregory has the Dio Japanese press from 1983 of Holy Diver. That's Holy Diver? Yeah, that's Holy Diver. I almost want to say Last in Line, but Last in Line came out in 84. So there you go. Cool. System of a Down, Hypnotize, $26.99 if you're looking for a copy of that bad boy from our friends in System of a Down. This is The Strokes, The New Abnormal, $26.99, a really good record that came out maybe 5 years ago, maybe. Their first record and their last record are fantastic. Black Crowes, Southern Harmony Musical Companion, $31.99, newly remastered with Remedy on it, among others. I love that song, one of my favorite songs of all time. And then last but not least, and at least at this point, this is Rat, Dancing Undercover, red, black, and white striped vinyl, $31.99. What's on here? Body Talk Dance, Slip of the Lip. So there you go. All right, Dio, I'm going to do a last call for our friend Gregory at 129 on the 1983 Japanese press of Holy Diver. And Midnight Oil, I'm going to put to the side if anybody's interested in that bad boy. That is $39 for a copy of that one. In the meantime, let me grab Little Earth, Wind, and Fire. That is $24, a VG++ copy of the best of Earth, Wind, and Fire. This is a nice-looking copy. It looks like there was a price sticker here at some point that somebody peeled off. There's a little bit of remnant there, but not too bad. Shining Stars on here. Got to Get You Into My Life. Sing a Song. September. Well, there you go. I'm in. It's got September. That's all that matters, baby. That is $24, and that is the best of Earth, Wind, and Fire on that bad boy. Very nice, Todd. Yeah, Last in Line is a fantastic record. The Crows record is fantastic as well. This is Mother's Milk by Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is $34.99. It is the uncensored cover and the uncensored back cover, as you can tell by our 3M Post-it notes right there. You know, when Jen and I lived in Minnesota, we basically lived like a 5-wood from 3M. So we could just, you know, take out the Gulf and just hit 3M on the side of the building there. So, yeah, cool company. Really innovative company there. Minnesota Mining and Machinery, if you didn't know what stood for that. All right, cool. All right, Gregory is going to grab Holy Diver. Very nice, Gregory. That is Holy Diver going to our friend Gregory Roberts. Thank you. There you go, Miss Amanda. And you want to do the cowbell for Gregory?
Of course.
Or you want to do
I want to do the gong.
Oh, she wants to do the gong. So Amanda wants to get it on. She wants to bang a gong. And so Gregory is going to pick that up. And Pat is going to grab the mother's. Oh, Jorge, sorry. Jorge was first on the Chili Peppers. Sorry about that, Pat. If you want us to seek out another copy for you, I can. So let me know on that one. But Jorge is going to grab the Mother's Milk from the Chili Peppers. So, all right, Gregory. Anytime a record sells for more than $99, we've got one of those cowbells here as well. And we also got some wonderful person who remains unknown to us sent us a beautiful gong. And Amanda, I need to up your game a little bit. That was kind of weak last night. Oh, I just laid down the law. All right, I'm going to turn away a little bit. Okay. Here we go. That reminds me of it reminds me of 16 Candles.
Oh yeah.
With Long Duck Dong. So there you go. All right. The Earth, Wind, and Fire is 24 if anybody's interested. We like having a good time all the time because we're like all nimbly pimbly all the time as well. So there you go. All right. What else? Oh, the Guns N' Roses. Yeah, let me find the Guns N' Roses. Where is that? Oh yeah, here it is. This is a 1988 U.S. press, the band cover. There is a little, like somebody put a price sticker here, unfortunately. And I'm not sure if it looks like it might have peeled off a little bit of the cover, unfortunately. Other than that, the cover's pretty tip-top. What's the price on this? Let me find the price here really quick. It is $129, just like the Dio record we had. So the band cover, and so you can always tell the band cover by the lower left-hand corner down here. The insert is the censored cover with the young lady in it. If you want the uncensored insert, you have to go to Europe to get that from back in 1988. Will this record ever be repressed? Probably not, because of one particular song on here. And when Guns N' Roses has reissued this record in the past, they have omitted, not this record, but when they've reissued certain catalog stuff, they've always omitted that song. So there you go. Your Crazy's on there. Patience, 1 in a Million. So there you go. All right, cool.
Do we have a glass jaw?
Only if somebody hits me in the jaw. I do have a glass jaw, but it's only right if you just boom, take one. My best friend's younger brother once punched me in the face, but he didn't punch me in the jaw, and it was such an adrenaline rush. I kind of loved it, but then I never really got in another fight other than with B. Brian Branstead. So there you go.
Jorge had GNR first, and we're in auction.
All right, Jorge was in on the GNR. And now Paul's at 140 on the GNR. I'm going to put the Earth, Wind, and Fire to the side. Thank you to one of the great musical acts of all time. But tonight is not your night, so what are you going to do? This is Grim Reaper. This is See You in Hell. It is a VG++ copy, still in the shrink. I dig this record. Maybe it's a little niche for a lot of people. The title track is fantastic. It is $59. It is an OG copy. Still in the shrink. So there you go. Let me actually find what year that actually came out. I have the information right here. There it is. Wait, that's not it. Oh, there it is. A 1984 US pressing of that one. So there you go. Oh, there you go. A little price sticker there and everything. So $59, a 1984 US press, still in the shrink, of Grim Reaper's See You in Hell, if anybody's interested in that one. All right. Let's see. No more uncensored Red Hot Chili Peppers? No, unfortunately not. But I can order some more, Pat. If you can hear me, let me know. Cool. So I can't really do any sign language, so I don't know what to say there. So this, if you don't have the sound on, this is on silver vinyl, and it is Madonna's Like a Prayer. It is Cherish, Express Yourself's on here. Cherish is on here, and Like a Prayer, of course, the title track. So there you go, little Madonna. For $29.99. Cool.
And it's censored. We just uncensored it. It is uncensored. We just censored it.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. Let me see here. Where are we at? Not Pat. Paul is at 140 on the GNR. So Paul's at 140. The Grim Reaper. That is the U.S. press band cover. It does have a little bit of a slight small tear on the lower right-hand corner, which I did show right there, where somebody might have put a price sticker there once and then peeled it off. Other than that, it's pretty tip-top. It is a VG++ on the record, and it is a U.S. press.
And Jorge is going to pick up the Madonna.
All right, Jorge's going to grab the Madonna. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you, Jorge. And let's see, more new vinyl. This is the Smiths. That is $29.99. And that is, yeah, there you go. Not too shabby. Beavis and Butthead used to make fun of Grim Reaper. No, don't tell me that. Yes, they love, well, the lead singer in Grim Reaper, he's maybe not, let's just say he's not John Bon Jovi when it comes to the looks. What are you going to do? But, hey, it is what it is. So there you go. Cool. All right. Oh, hey, George. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I see George making a comment. I thought about it, Gregory, but I need to pick up my battles, and I still have my U.S. press. All right, cool. And yeah, hey, George. Let's see. Robbie's at 141 on the Guns N' Roses now. Paul is at 142, and hey, Big Boss. It's the Big Boss Man. From the stacks of wax and the bass of the bass. It's the Big Boss Man on KUPD. I don't know. Isn't that from Stand By Me, the movie? Big Boss Man? Anyway, so hey, Big Boss. How you doing? And Morrissey, we really don't have much Morrissey in the store. We have one record somewhere.
I don't know if Big Boss is trying to claim the Smiths.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Big Boss, if you're interested in the Smiths, let us know. That is Morrissey indeed. So there you go. This is Wasp, baby. Speaking of, I don't know if Beavis and Butthead would make fun of Wasp. I think they would be like, these guys are cool because they're throwing meat into the audience. Literally, they're throwing meat. You ever seen a Wasp show, Casey? When on their first tour, they threw meat into the audience, like steaks and hamburger and liver. It is gross. But have you seen them? That's the first record. And this is actually 40th anniversary on marble vinyl. So, and how much is that? That's $36.99 if anybody's interested. Cool. All right.
If you just want to let Big Boss know, we're not sure who Big Boss is, so if Big Boss wants to buy,
Okay, yeah, cool.
if Big Boss has an account already, to just let us know.
Sure. Okay, cool. Well, he probably heard you, so you're good. All right, cool. Bob Cormier. There you go. Yeah, boss man. Bob Cormier. I remember that. And they do Wipeout. I think you introduced that. So, anyways, all right. GNR with Paul is at 144. Robbie is still in. Grim Reaper, I'm going to do a last call on. It's a good record. Just don't, and they don't put their pictures on the front or the back. You know, at least they know that. But unfortunately, Steve, you know, and just it's like, well, you know, it is what it is. Let's not put our picture on the front. So, don't want to scare anybody away. Avril did put her picture on the front though, and I love the hair, Avril. And this is the best damn thing. It's $37.99. Beautiful. Girlfriend's on here, Runaway, among others. So there you go, little Avril Lavigne. The Pulp Fiction soundtrack. Speaking of Quentin Tarantino, I saw that. I thought this was a joke on April Fool's Day. Apparently, Tarantino, who wrote The Movie Critic, which was going to be his last movie, decided not to make it. But it was partly starring Brad Pitt as Cliff Booth from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Brad Pitt loved the script. He showed it to David Fincher, of course, who he did Fight Club and Seven with, two fantastic movies. I love David Fincher stuff. I even love Panic Room with Kirsten Stewart.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie.
It is a good movie, and Dwight Yoakam's in it too.
Yeah.
And turns out that that's real. I hope that's real. Everybody's saying all the credible quote unquote websites out there were reporting that that's actually true. So hopefully, apparently Netflix may be making that in the next couple of years. So very nice. $34.99. The Quentin. This is the Pulp Fiction soundtrack. If anybody doesn't have a copy of that in their collection.
Mark was first for Avril.
All right, Mark was first on the Avril. George, if you're interested, I can see if I can get you another copy. And George, you mentioned last week when you were here, you said something about Metallica and Philly. I don't know if you're still looking for a copy in the City of Brotherly Love. It's like it's an official live bootleg, it's kind of an official live bootleg because I can get it from our distributors. So if you're still looking for that, I can get you a copy, George. If not, that's cool too. So, all right, I'm going to put Grim Reaper to the side. Sorry, Grim Reaper, buddy boys. No shirt, no shoes, no dice. At least not tonight. So there you go. Hey, Brian, how you doing? What record is behind Grim Reaper? It is the Finch record, which, well, I'll show that right now. This is in excellent condition. It's Finch. Wait, let me try that again. What It Is to Burn. It is 159 in excellent condition. Teal marble vinyl. That is Finch for 159 if anybody's interested. GNR. Let's see where we're at with that. GNR was at 144 with Paul. And hey, Big Boss. Oh, there you go. It looks like Rock This Town Records responded to you already. So that's an example on how to pay if you wanted the Smiths record. And just confirm you want that if you did want that, the Morrissey record specifically. So cool. All right, cool. So you want to put George down for
I am.
okay, cool. Thank you, George. Yeah, I can get that. That'll be here next week because I know I can get a copy of that. So I think somebody else wanted a copy of that. Maybe it wasn't Tom. I don't think it was Tom. But anyway, so.
And Mark's gonna grab the 3 days grace.
All right, Mark is also going to grab the 3 days grace. Let me find the 3 days grace. That is a good record, isn't that right, Casey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you should say that because you came in here when you first started. You were all 3 days grace, falling in reverse. They're the best. And I'm like, okay. Oh, then Papa Roach. All due respect. Mm-hmm. I bet you can't wait to open up maybe you'll get the box that has the Papa Roach art record store day in it. So there you go. GNR is at 145 with Robbie. I know Paul was still in on that. And then Finch is at 159. It is in excellent condition. It is on teal marble vinyl. I'm going to do a last call on that one if you're interested. What else is in here for new vinyl? Oh, Guns N' Roses. There you go. Hey. It's like a companion piece. This is the single LP version. It is $34.99 of Appetite for Destruction. What Guns song did I hear on the way in today? Oh, Rocket Queen. Yeah, that's got a hell of a riff in it. All right. And then Paramore. This is Growing Up by Paramore. This is $41.99. Is this self-titled? Yeah, it is self-titled from Paramore. A harder record to find, but a really popular record. What is the best song on this record, Amanda? Oh yeah, Ain't It Fun. That's the song that's gone over like 1 billion or 2 billion plays on Spotify. So there you go. Hey, Big Boss. So how do you pay? So all you got to do to go to our website, which is Rock This Town Records. In fact, Amanda can drop in a URL there and create an account, and then it'll send you. So enter in your email, and then it'll send you a password. Take the password, and then log into the website via the link that you'll get in the email, and then first name, last name, and a shipping address. We ship every Friday. Shipping is a flat $7 rate, whether you buy one record or 28. So the more you buy, the more you save on shipping, which I guess only makes sense. And then finally, what else do I want to say there? I want to say, and then once you've created an account, just go ahead and let us know in the chat what kind of your real name is, because it's probably not going to be Big Boss. I guess it could be Big Boss. You could put that as your first and last name, but I don't know if your credit card company would like that. We'll see. So there you go. All right, I'm going to put this bad boy to the sign, and thank you very much. And that is Finch, if anybody's interested in that one. Cool. Let's see here. And then the GNR is at 145 with Paul. To keep things moving along, I know Robbie's still in, and I'm going to do a last call on that, Robbie, but I'll do a long last call if you still want to jump in on the GNR at 145. The 1988.
146 with Paul.
Oh, 146 with Paul. Sorry, 146 with Paul. The band cover, 1988 U.S. Press of GNR Lies. Maiden, there you go. Number of the Beast, $29.99. Looking forward to their next tour of the U.S. I know they're touring Europe, I think, and other places around the world this spring and into summer. But I know they're doing a Greatest Hits tour again, and that should be hitting the States sometime later this year, maybe this winter. So there you go. Yeah, you know that record. It's a good record. And then finally, oh my God, this is so heavy. This is Pulse. That is the 4 LP live remastered. It's $119.99. It is literally a box set, 4 LP. There is a hardcover book in here as well, a 52-page book. And then, of course, it's got the really nice slipcase if anybody's interested in that bad boy. Our Encore crate tonight, we're doing all $5 records because we tend to have a lot of kind of good $5 records that never make the show. So we figured, what the hell, we'll give them a shot. Then tomorrow night we're doing 7-inch singles because we've just had a backlog of 7-inch singles, and you know a lot of people love the 7-inch. So there you go. Very nice, cool. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do one final last call on the GNR Lies for Paul at 146. Just to give Robbie that opportunity. And Robbie, if you're out, let us know. If not, that's cool too. In the meantime, I'm going to show off this BB King record. This is 6 Silver Strings. It is $14. It is a VG++ copy from the great BB King. Did we have this like a month or two ago? I swear I remember this. In the midnight hour. Oh, Big Boss Man's on here. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we practice to be the big boss man. So there you go. $14 if anybody's interested in that bad boy. Sure. Cool. All right. And Paul is going to pick up the GNR Lies. Thank you, Robbie, for your interest in that. Paul's going to pick up the GNR Lies for 146. So there you go. Cool. Thank you, Paul. And Casey, you want to warm up the gong? Or you want to do a cowbell? Why don't we do a cowbell for... I don't know. I guess I could do. I'll do the gong and you do the cowbell.
Okay.
All right, cool. So Paul, little GNR, Steven Adler style, Izzy Stradlin, on 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. The cowbell kind of overwhelms the gong, especially when I'm doing it gently. So there you go. Cool. That's funny. Jackie asked if we have any Klaatu. I think we buy it at some point, but I don't know. We can take a look eventually on that and see if we have any at the end of the show, Jackie. But thanks for hanging out with us. We always love making the new friends. So that's super cool. All right. BB King is 14. If anybody's interested, 6 Silver Strings. I also have tonight. Oh, there it is. Well, more Black Sabbath or more Ronnie James Dio specifically. This is the 1988, not 1988, the 1980 Japanese press. So the year it came out of Heaven and Hell. Come on, there you go. It is 149. It is in excellent condition. If I was going to nitpick anything on this record, maybe the corners aren't perfect on the left and the right. But other than that, man, this thing is beautiful. So it has the obi, has the Japanese insert. It is 149. I'm pretty sure it feels. We'll do a double check when Amanda gets a chance. But that is 149 for Heaven and Hell, Black Sabbath, Japanese press from 1980. So
Gregory's interested.
All right, Gregory's interested in the Black Sabbath. And once Amanda has a chance, she's working on some stuff right now. Thank you, Amanda. We'll have her check that. Cool. All right. Let me recap the new vinyl crate tonight. Then we'll get on to the Encore crate, which is all $5. I'll tell you all about that in just 1 second tonight. That is Pink Floyd Pulse 119, little maiden there. If you need prices on anything, let me know. Paramore, self-titled. GNR, Appetite. Pulp Fiction, Wasp, self-titled. The Smiths, Meat is Murder. That is Rat, Black Crowes, The Strokes, System of a Down, Pet Shop Boys, Great White, Luke Combs, Deftones, Motorhead, Winger. That is Pink Floyd, The Lumineers, Prince, The Pumpkins. That comes out next Friday. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream with the original cover on Red Smoke Vinyl, 2 LP. Dangerous Toys, and then System of a Down. That is Pissed from Dangerous Toys. That's $33.99 on that bad boy. I'm going to move this Pink Floyd to the back since it's the most weighty record.
Can you go over the Pet Shop price again?
Sure. The Pet Shop Boys is, oops, that's not it. It's right there. The Pet Shop Boys is $28.99 on that one for Please. Remastered version. What's on this record? Oh, West End Girls. Well, there you go. Opportunities. Let's make lots of money. I love that song. That is so good. Among others. So there you go. That is the Pet Shop Boys for $28.99. Gregory has the Sabbath in excellent condition. Nice. For $149, the 1980 Japanese press of the Ronnie James Dio first record with with Ronnie James Dio, with Bill Ward, Tony Iommi, and Geezer Butler on that one. I just want to confirm that the insert is in there for the Japanese press for our friend Gregory, who is in on that one. And Michelle's going to take the Pet Shop Boys. Cool. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it.
$31.99. Oh, my fault.
What's that?
The Rat's $31.99.
Oh, the Rat is $31.99 on that one. Oh, yeah, and it does, of course, have the Japanese press, as you can see, or the Japanese insert. So cool. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate that. All right. Hey, Richard. Good to see you. Note to self: no Red Bull during record show.
Yes.
Not sure what that means, but hey, I'm all game for that. I myself am drinking vodka, pure and simple. You'll never know. It says water, but no, it is water. So I'm being a good boy. I'm going to do a last call on the Heaven and Hell. That is Black Sabbath, a 1980 Japanese press for our friend Gregory. Thank you. And I'm going to move BB King to the side. That's 6 silver strings, a VG++ copy for $14. A great record there from BB King. Speaking of guitarists, this is Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is Couldn't Stand the Weather, an OG copy, and it is a VG+ copy on this one. And it is $29. Scuttle buttons on here. Couldn't Stand the Weather. Voodoo Child, Slight Return, Cold Shot, among others. So that is Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's a little ring wear on the record. Is the jacket perfect? No, but not too bad. It is a VG+ copy. It's $29 for Couldn't Stand the Weather from Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble, if anybody's interested in that one. All right, cool. So this crate is all $5. And we would consider everything in this crate VG or better. So some stuff may be excellent, some stuff may be VG+, it may be VG++, it could be VG, but all in all, it's records that we've looked at, we reviewed. We don't think there's any issues with them, but we can't guarantee you that 100% because we don't clean these. We don't play test these. It would be impossible to play test every record we get in the store, of course. But we visually grade them and make sure they look pretty good. So there you go. Make sense? Cool. So everything in here is $5. It starts with Why Baby Why by George Jones. Very nice. Got a little BJ Thomas. Oh, raindrops keep falling on my head. Yep, sorry. Herb Alpert, that is Rise. Very nice. I never knew what Herb Alpert looked like until I saw him. Is that Herb Alpert? I don't know.
Yes.
I guess, yeah. Okay. Am I thinking of somebody else? Maybe I'm thinking of, no, maybe I'm not. I don't know. And this is Blood, Sweat, and Tears 3 from Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That's $5 if anybody's looking for a copy of that one. Black Sabbath is going to go to our friend Gregory. Thank you, Gregory. Boom. That goes to Gregory for $149. Thank you, sir. And Michelle's interested in the HA, which is the Herb Alpert. All right, cool. Michelle's going to grab Rise. And is that still in the shrink? That's still in the shrink. There you go. Cool. Very nice.
And then we got to do a cowbell and or a gong.
All right. Up to you.
Gong. I'm always going to pick gong.
All right. Amanda's going to do the gong again, Gregory. So are you prepared? Here we go. Now, I'll never not hear that without thinking of 16 Candles. Anyway, so there you go. All right, Stevie Ray Vaughan is $29. Couldn't stand the weather. It's a VG Plus copy. It is an OG copy. I also have a little, there's a little more Madonna in here. This includes the poster. It is a VG Plus copy for $14 of True Blue. A True Blue, a baby, I love you. It looks like there is a little ring wear. Ironically, it's right there on her face. It's from the inner of the record. So that's, I don't think I've really ever seen that, but anyways, kind of weird. Papa Don't Preach, Open Your Hearts on here, Live to Tell, beautiful. True Blue, of course, La Isla Bonita, that is $19 if anybody's interested. All right, Katie is in on, yeah, it is a killer gong, George. Whoever gifted that to us is probably the greatest person in the history of the world. I'm just saying. We don't know who gifted it to us, but it was somebody super cool and super generous. So thank you again to the anonymous person. I don't know who it is. Rebecca told me once that she knew who it was, but she wouldn't tell us. So go figure. Anyways, Stevie Ray Vaughan, I did a last call on that. That's $29 if anybody's interested. So there you go. Cool. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I'll tell you afterwards. This is, it's Ronnie James Dio night. Oh my God. Do you remember this? This is when obviously Bob Geldof and company got together and did Do They Know It's Christmas? And then Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie got together and they did We Are the World. And then Ronnie James Dio got together with a lot of metal musicians and did the song Hearing Aid. And this is that, is this the full record? I don't know. Anyways, it is Hearing Aid. It is $24. It is, it's a 12-inch single. It says it right there, derp. It is in excellent condition. There is a little sticker here that someone put on there that we elected not to remove. There's a little ring wear, but check out the, check out who sings on this. So you got Ronnie James Dio, you got Dave Metachetti of Y&T, Rob Halford of Priest, and then it goes to Kevin Dubrow, Quiet Riot, and then you've got Eric Bloom playing guitar, Paul Shortino. Wait, Eric Bloom is actually probably singing. I'm not sure who Eric Bloom is. Anybody know who Eric Bloom is? I don't know that name. And then Jeff Tate, Don Dokken, more Paul Shortino, and then you've got solos by Craig Goldie of Dio, Vivian Campbell, ironically, and then Eddie Ojeda of Twisted Sister, Brad Gillis, Neil Schon, George Lynch, Yngwie Malmsteen, more Vivian Campbell, Carlos Cavazo of Quiet Riot, and Donald Buck Dharma Roser. I'm not sure who that is. So there you go. So that was kind of the lineup there. And then obviously some drummers, Tommy Aldridge, Carmine Appice, and Vinny Appice. Jimmy Bain. So there you go. $24. Wow, that was a long list of stuff. Eric Bloom was Blue Oyster Cult. Thank you. Cool. Very nice. Katie has the Madonna, which includes the poster for $14. Ron was also interested in that. Thank you, Ron. All right, let's keep going on this. We had the blood, sweat, and tears. Let's see what's else in the $5 bin tonight. It was actually pretty good last week. We'll see if it's decent tonight. This is the original music from the Trial of Billy Jack. Let's see, starring Dolores Taylor and Tom Laughlin. I don't know those names, so there you go. That is $5. This is Sun City. You remember that? Little Stevie Van Zandt from Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, also known as Silvio Dante from The Sopranos. I ain't gonna play Sun City. So there you go. That's the record. That is $5. This is Jeff Beck with Jan Hammer, and that is live. So a little Jeff Beck live. There's some ringware on that record. $5. The very best of the Everly Brothers. All right. Bye Bye Love's on here. Well, there you go. As long as Bye Bye Love is on here. Oh, Kathy's Clone is also on here. That's nice. So that's actually pretty good there. Everly Brothers, $5. That is Shadowfax, The Dreams of Children. Or maybe it's The Dreams of Children, Shadowfax. I'm pretty sure it's Shadowfax, though. And that is $5. And then one more. By the time I get to Phoenix, all right. Glenn Campbell, that is $5, and that is still in the shrink, actually, on that one. I'm going to do a last call on the True Blue from Madonna, and Buck is from BOC as well. Okay, cool. There you go. Very nice. So there you go. I know Blue Oyster Cult's one of those really cool bands. I just don't know the guys' names. It's like naming a guy who's in Kansas. I guess you can name some of the guys in Boston. So it's just kind of one of those beardy guys with the big hair and the afros back in the day that were in these rock bands. And I just didn't know their names. So there you go. All right, cool.
Michelle's going to pick up the Glenn Campbell.
All right, Michelle's going to grab the GB, the Glenn Campbell. Okay. Oh, I see. She corrected it then. And then Becky McConcert, weirdo. All right, Becky. Going to grab the Jeff Beck. Thank you very much, Becky. You know, Becky, Jen and I just finished season 7 of the Gilmore Girls. We're done. I made it all the way through. It was a pretty good show. I got to say, it was really good. And now we got to watch the kind of the 10 years later, a year in the life of the last 4 episodes that Netflix did. And obviously, I saw a trailer for that. The production obviously goes through the roof. Netflix budget versus the CW budget. There's a big difference there.
And then John is picking up Sun City.
All right. Hey, John. John's going to grab Sun City. And if I haven't done a last call, I did. Okay. So Katie, very nice. Going to pick up the Madonna. All right. With Live to Tell on it. That is one of my favorite Madonna songs on that one. Sid Hassan from Boston has the big hair. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Tom Schultz, I obviously know because of the Rockman. That he invented. I had a Rockman when I was younger, when I played guitar. I had the little Marshall amp, and then I had a Rockman where I could plug in with the headphones, and the Rockmans were really cool. And obviously, Brad Delp, unfortunately, no longer with us. So there you go. Stars, Ronnie James Dio, no shirt, no shoes, no dice. Oh, well, what are you going to do? This is Derek Smalls from Spinal Tap is on this, huh? Very nice. Also, Adrian Smith from Maiden. Oh, Ted Nugent's on this as well. Jeff Pilson. Wow, there you go. Chris Holmes from Wasp. Blackie Lawless is on here as well. Wow, Dave Murray. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to put that to the side. That's $24 if anybody's interested. What else do I have in here? I have a Eurythmics record. This is a VG Plus copy as well. It is $14. It is Be Yourself Tonight with What I Lied to You is kind of the big song off that record. Also, the Linkin Park. This is the Collision Course record from Record Store Day in 2014, 11 years ago. It is on the blue transparent vinyl. There is no DVD with this copy. If it had the DVD, it's probably like a $500 record. In this case, it is a $199 record. But still super cool. Jay-Z, Linkin Park, Collision Course. If anybody's interested in that, that is $199. All right, cool. Let us keep going on this stuff. This is this is Tim Buckley. Greetings from LA for $5. The Roaring Silence. All right. That is Mad for Man's Earth Band. There you go. Kind of a creepy photo. The Best of Buddha. Who's on this? Anybody I know? Not really. Mama by Melody's on here. There you go. Ohio Express. All right. There you go. This is Mac Davis. Baby, Don't Get Hooked on Me. All right, Mac. That is Elvis. All right, Elvis, brother. Come on, man. Elvis sings inspirational favorites, brother. Come on. That's a Reader's Digest, Elvis, brother. Come on, man. How great thou art. So as long as Elvis is belting how great thou art out, then we're doing well. Cabaret soundtrack, $5 if anybody's interested.
And Mark is claiming the MMEB.
All right, MMEB. So that is probably Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Very nice. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. And oh yeah, all the Spinal Tap guys. I've seen that video a bunch, so I should have remembered that all the Spinal Tap guys are in there. So except for Viv Savage, I don't think, and the drummer, the exploding drummer.
And Denise is picking up the Buddha.
All right, Denise is going to grab the Buddha. Thank you very much, Denise. Thank you. Best from Buddha. I'm going to do a last call on the Jay-Z Lincoln Park 199 2014 Record Store Day release. Blue transparent vinyl in excellent condition. And same, this is a VG Plus copy of the Eurythmics for 14 on that one.
And Marty's going to pick up the Elvis.
Marty's going to grab the Elvis. Very nice. Love Elvis, no matter what he's saying. Let's see. This is Linda Ronstadt. Let's see. Hits. Oh, Sandy left me some notes. Very nice, Sandy. This is Mad Love. What are the hits on his? How do I Make You? And Hurt So Bad. So that's kind of the hits on that record from the great Linda Ronstadt. This is Eye of the Zombie by John Fogerty for $5. Nice. Still in the shrink. So I mean, anything that John Fogerty does is usually really good. So one more, Hubert Lewis and the San Francisco concert with Bob James, Harvey Mason, Gary King, and Glenn Deardorff. There you go. It is a gatefold. Oh, it's a CTI release. So very nice jazz label. I wouldn't say that this is particular. Maybe it's kind of jazzy. Maybe a little bit a little unconventional jazz there.
And then Mark's going to grab the LR.
All right. Mark's going to grab the Linda Ronstadt. Cool. Thank you, Mark. We'll leave Sandy's note on there if you'd like. All right. I'm going to move Jay-Z to the side. Thank you very much. Specifically Linkin Park. And the Eurythmics to the side as well. I do have another Grateful Dead record. This is Go to Heaven. Oh, the Grateful Dead Go to Heaven. There you go. There's Jerry there. Excellent condition, $19. It is a recent reissue. If you're interested in that bad boy. All right, Marty's going to grab the John Fogerty. Very nice. Thank you, Marty. And then, speaking of Dave Metachetti, this is a promo copy, a VG++ copy. Is this the full-length album? This is $19. It is Y&T Contagious. I love that song, man. That riff is a monster. If you want some homework, if you've never heard Contagious by Y&T, add that song to your Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Music and give it a listen. You'll love it. Metachetti's guitar in that song is fantastic. I would assume it's that way throughout the whole record, but obviously the big song, in my humble opinion, is indeed Contagious. Armed and Dangerous is on this as well. That is a promo copy, VG++ for $19. All right, Gregory first on that. Ed is also interested, and then George is also interested in the Y&T. So I guess, is it safe to say, Greg and George and Ed, that you know how monstrous that riff is? It is fantastic. All right, cool. This is Venus and Mars, and Sandy loves herself some Paul McCartney, so she's made a note here. She said, what does this say? They just released a 50th anniversary reissue of this. Okay. Well, this one's $5, so not too bad. So, and it is a gatefold. Let's see what the gatefold looks like. There you go. I see Linda. I see Paul. This is Fairy Tales, Hans Christian Andersen on the Twinkle label. Twinkle. Ugly Ducklings on here, Thumbelina, among others. It's still in the shrink. This is still sealed. Wow, very nice. A little sealed Hans Christian Andersen, Fairy Tales. And then that's an old record. Everest, the first and 35 millimeter recording, The Legend of Patsy Cline. Oh wow, Patsy Cline. Okay. Anything I know on here from Patsy? I don't know anything on here from Patsy. Oh, Walking After Midnight's on here. Well, then there you go. I'd assume this is The Legend of Patsy. It's got to be Patsy Cline. So I don't understand the first and 35 millimeter recording. I know 35 millimeter film, but I don't know. Whatever. Cool.
Jorge is going to grab the wings, and we're in auction for YNT.
All right, Jorge's going to grab the wings, was it? Oh, Venus and Mars. Yes. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jorge. And YNT is now at 25 with Ed, and he concurs indubitably that Contagious is outrageous. I love it. I'm going to do a last call on this. Looks like something that Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters, could replicate on an album cover. Obviously, they don't want to do that now with the loss of Taylor Hawkins, but before then, with the white suits and stuff, very Taylor Hawkins and Dave Grohl, probably inspiring on the kind of the little bit of tongue-in-cheek here by the Grateful Dead. $19. Last call on that. It is a recent reissue. It is in excellent condition on that one. George is at 32 on the Y&T, and Gregory is still in as well. Let me find what I'm looking for. Tammy Wynette, The Ways to Love a Man. Let's see, is Divorce on here? I don't think so. I don't see that song on there. It's not on there. So, but some other Tammy Wynette, no George Jones. Obviously, George Jones and Tammy Wynette, famous for their albums together. Oh, look at this. Julio Iglesias. This is 1100 Bel Air Place. Includes All of You with Diana Ross and To All the Girls I've Loved Before as well. How is this still? I think this is a good record. Julio Iglesias with the Willie Nelson song on there. To All the Girls I've Loved Before, and then All of You with Diana Ross. So, yeah, good record from Julio on that one. This, for $5, is White City, a novel by Pete Townsend. Obviously, Pete Townsend of The Who. So there you go.
And Mark is going to pick up the Julio Iglesias.
All right, Mark was first on the Julio Iglesias. Thank you, Mark. And Jorge was second on that bad boy. Greg's at 40 on the Y&T. Thank you, Greg. I'm going to put the Grateful Dead to the side.
Also, you should look at Michael Hamby's comment.
Oh, I should look at Michael Hamby's comment? Okay, cool. I went to high school with Dave Mustaine or Dave Menichetti, probably Dave Menichetti for a year, and Cliff Burton. Good old Castro Valley High. Nice. Wow, that's cool. I got some talented people that came out of there, Michael, including yourself, of course. I know Dave Menichetti's been battling some health stuff recently, so I'm glad that Menichetti is feeling a little better now. So, all right, cool. What else do I have? I have Natalie Cole. This includes Sophisticated Lady, and it is $19. $19 for Natalie Cole. Okay, it's got a hole punch, but it's still in the shrink. It is a VG Plus copy on that one, if you're interested in it. So, Pete Townsend, I covered that one. This is Buddy Holly, For the First Time Anywhere. The shrink is sort of still on. It's like coming off, but I guess we've kept it on. What is on here? Let's see. Maybe Baby, the first version. Maybe Baby. Let's see what else is on here. Bo Diddley. There's a version of Bo Diddley on there. So there you go. That is $5 if anybody's interested. Gregory is out on the Y&T. George is still in at the moment. He was at 48. Now Ed is at 50 on the Y&T. Michael Stanley Band. This is Cabin Fever for $5. Wow. Wow. I'm just saying, wow. I'm dressing up like that for record store day, by the way. Nobody will come into the store that day. They'll be like, no. Bobby Gentry and Glenn Campbell. Very nice. Not too shabby.
And then the Michael Stanley Band is going to go to Mark.
All right, Mark's going to grab the Michael Stanley Band. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. George is at 58 on the Y&T, and Ed is still in on that at the moment. Natalie Cole, I'm going to do a last call on that for 19 really quick. And let's finish out the rest of these bad boys. Oh, yeah, Bobby Gentry. This is the Easy Rider soundtrack. Yeah, Steppenwolf, Jimi Hendrix Experience, The Byrds. Wow, not too bad. I'm guessing it's probably a VG copy, why it's in this particular area. But Born to Be Wild is on here. The Weight is also on here. Let's see. Among others, If 6 Was 9 by
It's going to Michelle.
all right, Michelle's going to grab the Easy Rider soundtrack. There you go.
George is going to grab the Bobby Gentry and Glenn Campbell.
All right, cool. George's going to grab the Bobby Gentry and the Glenn Campbell. All right, cool. And Jorge was second on the Easy Rider on that one. All right, what else is in here? This is George Benson. All right. I see what he did there. A little Benson and Hedges nod. That is George plus Joe Farrell on playing flute and sax. That's George. There, it's the CTI label. So very nice. It does have a little saw cut there. So a couple songs there from Benson and Farrell. Flute song, Beyond the Ozone, Camel Hump. And they're really working the cigarette angle on this one. Rolling Home and Old Devil Moon. Let's see what the gatefold looks like. Oh, there you go. Very nice. George playing guitar. Very cool.
And Ed is out on the warranty.
All right. Ed is out on the Y&T. Thanks, Ed, for the interest. So George has that for 58. I'm going to do a last call for George on that one. Natalie Cole, I'm going to put to the side. Thank you, Natalie. And I have Naked Eyes. This is Fuel for the Fire. This is $19. It is a VG Plus copy on that one. And it is, I think, the follow-up to the one that had Promises on it and something there to remind me. I think this is the follow-up record. I'm pretty sure. So a VG Plus copy of Naked Eyes. The cover, is in pretty fair condition. Pretty good condition, I'd actually say. Not fair. It's pretty good condition, though there is some wear along the spine and along the edges, especially down here on the bottom there. So somebody's been going a little in and out on this record. They played the heck out of it. All right, what else is on here? Oh, another note from Sandy. This is I don't even know how to say this. Diodato, and it is let's see. The hit is also Spinach Zachariah. I don't even know what that says. Anyways, whatever. If you can read Sandy's writing, then, and I appreciate it if you can. Let's see. Was in the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. Oh, very nice. Dun dun dun. No, it's not that song, I don't think. But anyways, that's $5 if anybody's interested. One more, and then I'll sell the Y&T to George. This is Atlantic Blues piano. Very nice. Not too shabby. And then we've also got Lou Rawls. When I hear Lou, you've heard it all. Well, there you go. Lady Love's on here. Trade wins. It is still in the shrink. All right, cool. George is going to grab the Y&T. Thank you, George. A great record from Dave Metachetti and company, and a great song. And obviously, George probably knows how awesome Contagious is as a song. If you've never heard the song, I would suggest you check it out. All right, cool. That would be the Atlantic Blues piano. Very nice. Thank you, Jorge. And then I'm going to do a last call on the Naked Eyes. In the meantime, in case you're joining us late tonight, we had Skinner, Give Me Back My Bullets, a VG Plus copy for $19. And what else did we have? Oh, the Home Alone soundtrack. This is pre-owned, so it's technically used, but it's unopened. And it's $39. It is a gatefold. The packaging on this is really sturdy. It's like a Pink Floyd packaging, I swear. It is $39. It is on color vinyl, 2LP John Williams soundtrack. And then one more I'm going to show you. This is the Marvin Gaye for $19, a VG Plus copy on that one. Cool. What else is on that here in the $5 bin tonight? I Have Left My Heart in San Francisco. Wow. Still in the shrink. Wow. Tony Bennett. There you go. You can't go wrong with Tony Bennett. Just ask Lady Gaga. Is I Left My Heart in San Francisco on here? It better be. Oh, yeah. Okay, there it is. Thank God. Well, what? Wait, what? But yeah, a record that's still in the shrink after, I don't know, probably 60 years. That's crazy, too. This is The Carpenters, Ticket to Ride. That is $5. And one more, Music Machine. All right. Isn't that the guy from Lost in Space? I think that is. I don't know that really well, but it says it's got a KC and Andy Gibb posters inside, but let's not jump the gun on that because there is no poster. It does not have it. But the soundtrack has got a little Andy Gibb on there, a little KC and the Sunshine Band. A little David Soul. Is that the guy from David Soul? Is that the guy from Starsky and Hutch? I don't know. Maybe. Marvin Gaye's on here. Well, anyways, that's Midnight Oil, $39. A VG Plus US press on that one.
Test. Can everybody hear us?
There you go. So let me know if you can hear us. So there you go. Cool. We good? All right. Music Machine is mentioned.
Mike is going to Michelle, or maybe Michelle was just saying Mike is in like the mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's see here. Oh, Starsky and Hutch. Did I say Starsky and Hutch? Yeah, I think I said Starsky and Hutch. Hey, thank you, Ivor. Appreciate it. All right, we're back. Cool. Very nice. Thank you. Appreciate the patience there. The Midnight Oil is 1988 US press for $39. That's something that Jen and I put on our home system and listened to because I wanted to hear that album in its full entirety. And yeah, there you go. Earth, Wind, and Fire 24, a VG++ copy with September on there. This is more from the $5 crate. A little Neil Diamond Gold. Nice. With Sweet Caroline on there. What else we got? This is Stanley Clark. Stanley Clark, I wanna play for you. There you go. Very nice. Got a little ring wear. That is a gatefold. And is this? It feels like a 2 LP, but maybe it's a single LP. But bonus if it's a 2 LP. Oh, look who plays on this. Jeff Beck plays on this. Nice. Obviously, Stanley Clark plays on it. Looking for other names. Ronnie Foster plays on it. Stan Getz is on it. Oh, nice. Anyways, cool. Freddie Hubbard. All right, Mark is going to grab the Stanley Clark. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. All right, Jorge's going to grab the Neil Diamond. Thank you, Jorge. Very nice. All right. What else did we have here from earlier tonight? That is Grim Reaper, 1984 U.S. press. We had Finch, 159. Excellent copy on teal marbled vinyl. All right. What else is in here? Ooh, not the Backstreet Boys, the Oak Ridge Boys. That is fancy free. Does it have Elvira on it? Oh, it does have Elvira. My heart's on fire for Elvira. Once again, everything in this crate is VG plus. Oh, wait, VG or better. So, I mean, it's $5. So if you want to take a shot at it, it's because this is kind of their best record in some ways. I would say that the reason why it's in the $5 area, it's probably got a little bit of some issues that we identified, where it's like, well, it's probably a VG, and we put it in there. So, all right, cool. And Mark is going to grab that. Oh, it's a gatefold too. Let's see what that looks like. Is that Elvira? That's a cool photo. Very early 80s. I love it. Very nice. Cool. What else is we got in here? Oh, K-Tel. Powerhouse. Silver Connection. David Carradine. He was in Kung Fu, right? Linda Ronstadt, Hall & Oates, Seals and Croft, Glenn Campbell, Roxy Music, Chaka Khan, Heart, Hot Chocolate. Wow, that's pretty good. Sarah Smiles on here. Oh, that's not too shabby. Heart, Crazy on You. Well, these are pretty good songs. You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate. You Sexy Thing. All right, Michelle's going to grab the Powerhouse. Very nice. Cool. And then also, if you're joining us late, we had the B.B. King record. That is $14, 6 silver strings, a VG++ copy. Stars, that is the 12-inch single of Hearing Aid. We're stars. $24, a little self-indulgent. It is. It's maybe not the greatest song ever, but still, it's unique. Eurythmics, $14, a VG++ copy. Linkin Park Jay-Z, that's the Record Store Day version, in excellent condition from 2014. It is $199. The Sting with Scott Joplin. Obviously adapted by from the Marvin Hamlish show. So there you go. Very nice. Ooh, who was in that? Oh yeah, Robert Redford and Paul Newman. So there you go. Cool. Burt Bacharach plays the hits. Let's see. Blue on Blue, Trains and Boats and Planes. What's New, Pussycat? There you go. And others. Burt Bacharach.
And George is going to grab the BB King.
All right, George going to grab the BB King. Thank you, George. Let me grab that for you. There's the BB King. Very nice. 6 silver strings for $14. Cool. Ronco. Oh, yeah. Ronco and K-Tel. They were the best. Remember the guy that had the sweater in like the 90s? Was it like the late 80s and the 90s? His name was Mike, and he'd come out in the infomercials and stuff. What was that guy's name? Anybody remember Mike's name? Had the glasses. He always wore those kind of colorful sweaters with like different colors of the rainbow going up and down the neck. It was a long sleeve sweater. I guess most sweaters are probably long sleeve though.
For the most part.
Yeah, so there you go. And he'd be so excited, and he'd be selling the cornballer or something on TV. You know, anyways, good stuff. Last but not least, Grateful Dead reissue of that one for 19 in excellent condition. Natalie Cole is 14 on that one for Natalie Cole. All right, and rounding out the crate of love here is Passion, Grace, and Fire. This is John McLaughlin, Al Diamello. I'm trying again, Al Diamello. I think I'm saying that right. And Paco de Lucia. And that is, there you go, representing. And that is $5. And then a little Rare Earth that's still sealed. This is Grand Slam. That has got looks like it's got a saw cut there. Other than that, it's sealed. Let's see. Sandy left me a note here. It says the hits When a Man Loves a Woman. Nice. I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Well, I guess they're doing covers. I Wish It Would Rain. There you go. Nice. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm not familiar with Rare Earth, but maybe if you're into Rare Earth, boom, that's your thing. So there you go. All right, let me do a quick recap of the $5 crate, see if there's anything that tickled your fancy. Rare Earth, Al Diamello, John McLaughlin, and Paco de Lucia. Burt Bacharach plays the hits. The Sting, Music Machine from KTEL. Is that KTEL? I think it's KTEL. Yeah, it is KTEL. Tony Bennett, Left My Heart in San Francisco. Lou Rawls, Diodato. Benson and Hedges, no, just kidding. Benson and Farrell, Buddy Holly, Pete Townsend, Tammy Wynette, D.E.V. No, that's not on there. Patsy Cline, Hans Christian Andersen, Hubert Lewis, Cabaret Soundtrack, Mac Davis, Tim Buckley, Shadowfax, The Best of the Everly Brothers with Kathy's Clown on there, and also Bye Bye Love. Music from Billy Jack, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, B.J. Thomas, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, and Why Baby Why by Mr. George Jones.
Rare Earth is going to Jorge.
All right, Jorge's going to grab the Rare Earth. Very nice. Thank you, Jorge.
Mark is going to pick up the LR.
The LR. Let's see if I can figure that one out. It's not that one. It's not that one. Not Tony. Lou Rawls. Very nice. Great Lou Rawls.
And then Marty's going to pick up the Pete.
All right, Marty's going to grab the Pete Townsend. Very nice. Thank you. Cool. All right, let me recap the new vinyl in case you're joining us late, and we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. We're keeping things kind of tight this week because we're super busy with preparing for Record Store Day, which is April 12th. We'll be posting some videos of opening up the shipping stuff that we're getting in. So you might get a kick out of that today. I opened Post Malone's Tribute to Nirvana. That looks super cool. Rage Against the Machine was in there. Vince Guaraldi was in there. Peter Gabriel was in there as well. So super cool stuff there.
James Thompson is going to pick up the George Jones and the Lawrence here.
All right, James is going to pick up the Skinnerd and the George Jones. Let me find the Skinnerd. Let's see, where is the Skinnerd? I thought it was right. Oh, there it is. But you give me back my bullets. All right, cool. Thank you, James. And then, oh, there it is over there. The George Jones. Was that the last one? Yeah, it was. Cool. All right, cool. Thank you. Look at that haircut, man. All right. Nice. And that's a $5 record there. Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Once again, this is the new Vinyl Crate. We'll be back here tomorrow night with Def Leppard, Motley Crue. What else? Oh, Warrant and OG. Is that Dirty, Filthy, Rotten, Stinking Rich? Super cool. Dangerous Toys. That is Pissed by Dangerous Toys. And Burt Bacharach. Nice.
And Tony Bennett are going to Michael.
All right, Michael's going to grab the Left My Heart in San Francisco. Nice. And the Burt Bacharach. I do approve of both those. Not that I don't approve of all the stuff we sell here, but kind of classics there right there. Maiden, if you need prices on anything, let me know. This is all new vinyl. Paramore, Guns N' Roses, Pulp Fiction soundtrack, Wasp, Smiths, Rat, Black Crowes, Strokes, System of a Down, Great White, Luke Combs, Deftones, Motorhead, Winger, Pink Floyd, The Lumineers, Prince, Siamese Dream by the Pumpkins, and that is System of a Down, and finally Pink Floyd with Pulse. All right, we have video to shoot after we finish this video because Amanda's going to be doing some unboxings, and then Casey's going to do some tomorrow as well. I'll do another one tomorrow, so you can look for those on our social channels, and you get to see our smiling faces. Pat, have a great night. Greg, thanks for everything. Have a great night as well. Mark, Michelle, everybody. It was awesome hanging out with you. And yeah, and if you're a first time viewer and you're checking us out, wanted to see what's what, you probably got the lay of the land tonight. And if you want to create an account, just hit rockthistownrecords.com, click on the little person icon, enter in your email, it'll send you a password. You take the password, you click the link in the email, create an account by filling out your first name, last name, your email will already be in there. And then last but not least, your shipping address, and we'll be good to go. So there you go. Cool. Appreciate it, everybody. And I'm still feeling all nimbly pimbly. I'm all nimbly pimbly, everybody. Come on in. Love it.